Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Mutant here. Today we're continuing our quest with Dorraj and his Triumvirate. Let's see, we have just beat Tartuccio, is that correct? Yes, and we headed out of the Old Sycamore. I'm not sure how we are set up. Again, just as a reminder, we are starting with mods, so Bag of Tricks, Eldritch Arcana specifically, remove effects, and turn-based combat will be the things that are more likely to strike your fancy. Let's see, continue. We have the big scary wolves to take on. I don't know if we're up for that just yet. We could shuttle stuff back and forth. Oh, that's an idea. We need to do Bokken's quest. So we need the moon radishes, and that's XP. Let's see, where are we at? Character sheet. Doing good as well. She just dinged. So yeah, we're level 4 across the board here for our 14 here. That's not bad. Usually right around level 5 or so with a team of 6, you start taking on the Stag Lord. Level 5, 4 or 5, maybe somewhere around there. And I've done it where I've soloed the character as much as possible anyway, and I've beaten the Stag Lord where I was right around level 7 or 8. So we can probably push this a little bit with the time we have and maybe get ourselves up to 5 or 6 and feel pretty strongly that we'll take him on and succeed. As far as spells are concerned, we still have a few.
Stand ready.
I am never
She
wrong.
has 4 summons and her bombs. What is she missing over here? Should probably be over a little farther, like so. And again, she tanks for us pretty stably, so we're pretty happy about that. I want to make sure that I've put their spells. See, for instance, because they've leveled up, there's stuff that's missing. Like so.
We should move.
Let's see, he's
Together
good.
we stand.
She is not.
No one stands in my way.
She's rocking everything she's supposed to.
I won't be halted.
I know you won't be halted. Oh, let's, oops, sorry. That was the camera rotation, which is, by the way, for those that don't know, by default, I want to say it's comma slash period. Comma goes one way, period goes the other, and then if you want to reset, you want the backslash button, or the slash button, whatever. It's right next to the period. We need to probably start doing some of these checks. Like this mobility check over here for some free XP. So who has the mobility? 5, 10, 7. So she could use it, but she could do it better than anybody, and I'd rather her get up too. And again, she's still far behind me, so I don't mind her getting a little jump in the right direction. So same general trick that we do for traps. Quick save that.
All this
Good news
waiting
is since no one's wearing armor on our team, we don't have to worry about taking armor off and putting it back on for these types of skill checks.
Got it.
Boom, that's 78 XP. Very nice. Alright, let's, there's almost always a reverse, where you literally get to go backwards, back up the hill. I would assume, by the way, for those of you who are interested in why, for something like this, you'd want to go back up. Remember, it's not that we went down and then up. We could have gone up and come back down and still got the same XP. It's probably a way to sneak up behind these bastards. If the mites are your enemy, you might not want to go through the traps, for instance. So you could probably come up this way and surprise attack, ambush the bastards down this nice corridor. That's just my personal take on it.
Let's move already.
So we have quick saved again. Where's our little icon? Again, if you hold the tab button down, that'll show up for you.
Done.
Nice. Now that that's done, one more quick save just to get that out of here.
I'm there.
And again, you will make those checks, especially when you're going down. If you fail the check, you'll fail it, but you'll still go down the hill. But you'll be damaged, you'll fall down, and that's usually, again, like I said, where the wolves are, if you haven't wiped them out already. So if you really fail that check coming down to take on the wolves, you could really screw yourself heavily. So be real careful with stuff like that. Now I know there's more checks down over here, we might as well get those as well. And this is all free XP. And hold the tab button down and you will find it. Athletics check now this time, not mobility. So now she's crap for that. She has a 9. I have a 10, and while of course I wouldn't mind having more XP, again, she's a little behind the curve. So let's actually get her up. So athletics check will bump her up.
Share your troubles.
Okay.
I will not
Select her
falter.
specifically, even though she should be the best at this. Now this is a 22, so this might be one that we have to scum a little bit.
I do not believe this is possible.
Yeah, see, so right there. Failed it. 12, yeah, she needs a 10 or better. So scum save number 1. Remember I said I'd scum save up to 3 times before we just move on.
I will see this through.
And there we go. Got it on the second try. Not bad, kid. And again, hold the tab button down. You'll see the reverse, and the reverse is easier, so that's even better news for her.
Share your troubles.
So again, same trick. Have her be at her best.
Together we stand.
Okay. Stand up here.
This task is beyond me.
Nope. Failed it.
Our time has come. The deed is done.
And there we go. Quick save that. Now again, don't click on the megalosauruses or whatever unless you really want to fight these things.
In due time.
Be real careful when you're clicking here. That's the one thing about turn-based that really screws you.
I was successful in my search.
Hey, I'll take that. There's the big nasty wolves up here. We don't want to deal with them, I don't think, just yet. We might want to return, rest, camp, all that good jazz, then come back down and take those doofuses out. We'll be at full strength. And it's really only them. We got a fight over here. Oh, let's see if we can actually do that fight. There's a XP check over here, by the way. I want the big monster here. Almost forgot about him. But we're going to do a little bit of XP scouting. Yeah, he's over there still.
I'm there.
Mobility, that's her again. 22, pretty nasty one.
Right here, my friend.
Okay, quick save.
Battles
And
await.
again, same deal here. There's a reverse, but not only that, remember you want to wipe out the bad guys down here. And, of course, you saw we had a thylacine up here not too long ago. So you don't want to climb it and run into bad guys. So check the areas out if you can to make this easier on yourself.
I just can't.
Okay, scum save number 1. I apologize if this part's boring, guys, but when you really
No
want to
one
make a
stands in my way.
substandard team really shine, this is really
just
the way to do
can't.
it. Okay, that's 2. Oh, she only needs a 9. I might break my rule here and scum save it just enough to break through this. Because I really want her to have that XP.
Battles await.
There we go. She got it on the 3rd. Alright. Again, quick save on that.
Confide in me.
And again, we'll go the reverse. Boom, boom, boom. Like so.
I'm losing my temper. Got it.
Got it in 1. Good on you, sweetie. Now, again, over here is the moon radishes. There is a check. We're not going to do that yet until we really are ready to leave the area. At least once. Again, it doesn't mean we're going to be done with the area. Remember, we have this big nasty guy over here. And while we are pretty pimp at level 4, I still don't know that we got it in us to take this doofus out. I don't think we have any info on this guy. No. The Shambling Mound, I want to say that lightning heals the guy, so electric heals him, which means my Magus ability of electrifying my weapon is a bad idea. As well as her lightning things. I think they're even fire resistant, so you're looking at probably cold or fire. That doesn't mean we can't hit them. And again, the fact that she has acid splash, cantrip, sneak attack 11, we might be able to pull this off. Snowball as well. What the hell? We'll give it the old college try. Let's actually make sure that we're ready for this.
I am never wrong.
Buff you up
I'm
with
listening.
that. He has his Scorching Ray, so we'll try that when we get a chance.
I will not falter.
Oh, this will give a chance to show the wolf or the multiple dogs. Now remember, we don't have superior summoning yet. What does that mean? The superior summoning, see how it's 1d3? That would be another +1 added to that. So it'd be 1d3 +1. So guaranteed 2 minimum, 4 maximum. So that's your range now. Doesn't work on the single summons. So when you summon just one wolf, period, you're just going to get one wolf. Now the good news is, just to show you in advance what we're looking at here, when she gets to here, which will be level 6 for her, she'll be able to summon 1 monitor lizard, 1 to 3 wolves, which could be 1 to 3 +1 wolves, 1 to 4 +1 dogs, which could be 1 to 4 +2 dogs. And again, that's if we get superior summoning. Well, what would I probably grab here? I don't know that that's on my list here, but it's something that I'm definitely going to pick up at some point. That's a way to juice your multi-summons another bit. And again, to get that, you need augment summoning, which we have. That's the +4 to strength, +4 to their con for anything that you summon. So anything that we make basically is just going to be better, better, better. So that's really, really nice for us. I'm going to bring out the dogs, hoping to get more than one. Hey, we got all 3. You gotta love that. The reason that I'm doing this, because they're subpar compared to the wolf, is this. The logic is I'd rather he waste his attacks on 1 to 3 summons, you know, smacking and smacking around the summoned dog, because they will attack, and then our team can hopefully wail on the bastard until he dies.
Share your troubles.
I don't know that I have anything really else
Time to act.
Our time
to
has
prepare
come.
me for this
I'm
mess.
always ready.
I guess I could do a bless.
Something
from the
bothering
ring.
you?
I will see this through.
Sadly, I don't think the
No
bless
one
works
stands
for
in my way.
the puppies.
This will. Their life ends here.
Let's do this mess. Alright, we're going to delay past the dogs. And we're going to delay for that reason that we really want the dogs to engage first. The first thing he should swing at, hopefully, are the puppies. Eliza, you just start us off with some of that beautiful gold. Oh, we need to have a 5 step. Let her step forward first. And get him. It might hurt my dog, but let's find out. Oh, it does not. Oh, outstanding. So that's she protects her puppies from this. That's actually really useful. It did 2 damage, and it doesn't say that it reduced the damage. So cold does work, which means her snowball spell will work. Unfortunately, he's been engaged, so he's flanked. Why is that important, you may ask? Because it literally means she can do her sneak attack snowball move. Which is this guy here. She'll have to take a 5-foot step first. 5 steps. Oh, that was pretty. Made the save, but remember, the save has nothing to do with damage. It has everything to do with the staggered effect, which I don't care about that. The fact that she did sneak attack damage and solid cold damage is really, really helpful for her team. How weak is this guy now? He's not bad. And now her turn's over. Tristan. He has a fire spell, but again, fire spells don't do much. He's already burnt up his holy symbol, body holy symbol, so he can't resummon that. I mean, the thing's not going to be immune to fire, but I'm probably more of a mind to do a blessing on Dorraj, so that next turn, Dorraj can do some acid cantrip. Okay, so it can only attack 1 at a time, apparently, so 1 of 3 dogs down. Eliza, actually move here, in case I need to engage him, too. We did cold, right? That worked. Let's try acid. Acid seemed to work just fine. I'm checking to make sure that he's not vulnerable to something. So, that worked well. Dorraj, you know what to do.
Run!
Swing and miss, apparently. And your turn. Proto. The reason for this was, again, so that I can decide which of these 3 spells to use. Remember, electric doesn't work, so again, I can heal them. Cold worked just fine, but so did acid, and acid doesn't have spell resistance problems, so we're going to use that.
Out of my way!
Nice, little sneak attack loving besides. I'm going to move just the tiniest bit closer. Tristan, move closer. Let's do that ray. It's got reduced like we thought. Wow, by 10. But good to know. Another dog down. Liza, we're going to need you to start taking her on. Hey, there's 13 damage. Nice. Dora, let's try our cantrip. And the reason for this is that -2 to our swing for 2 swings though. And that's the reason we're doing this.
Strike!
One. Got him at least once. And wow, he failed the saving throw. Go Dora. That means he's fatigued. That's a what is that? I never get it to land, so I never know. 1 round per caster level for a necromancy spell, which he is not specializing in anything. So he's level 4, so that's 4 rounds that this thing's going to be at a -2 to its strength and -2 to its dex. It means it should be easier to hit it. Ideally. So, good job, Dora. How are we doing on damage on this thing? Ooh, it's about dead. Alright, cantrip time, baby.
Run them
Fish 'em
through.
off. Hey, look at my team being all kinds of beefy. That was nice, guys. That was really nice work. That was a decent chunk of XP to split 4 ways. And some treasure. Now, sad part of this is you get the engraved silver pendant, and you're like, oh, what is that? Is that a magical necklace of some kind? Actually, no. It is the, this was the necklace of the person that you just killed. If you read the lore, which is came in a book on the dead body over here, which actually, let's doesn't look like we actually clicked on this. Let's just check it out. The dead body over here was a upstart who literally took a slave or captured someone who was wounded. I forget how it works, but basically they covered them with goo from their wizard's master's workshop and turned them into that goddamn creature. We were actually always kind of hoping that there was kind of a way to reverse that curse. Oh, it's a curse. Oh, I never thought of that coming back later and doing remove curse. Ah, well, boo, that's just a bad. I don't think it works. For those of you that are interested, I don't think that that's a thing. But you can feel free to try it and let me know if it did work. Most people just slaughter the damn critter, put her out of her misery.
I believe I've found something.
See, now that's what we were missing last time. A little perception check, so now it's an athletics DC 23, pretty gnarly one. And there's some bad guys down here with a little bit of loot. Pretty good loot at that, for that matter. So we definitely want to get that check. So athletics, was that her
Let
again?
us not hesitate.
Yes, me or her. So definitely her. To get
Right
her
here, my
up
friend.
a little faster. Alright, we're going to do a quick save that.
Together we
Now, she's
stand.
not going to be amazing at this. This might be Scum Save Central.
The deed is done.
Or she could get it in one, like a boss.
Confide in me.
Because we're going to be fighting some bad guys here, I'm definitely going to want to have a little buffage going for ourselves.
I will not falter.
These guys are over here, and they're basically the mites that you would fight. Even if you've allied with the mites, they're basically being jackasses, so you have to take them out. So our puppies are going to take the beating first. I did that on purpose, by the way, for those of you wondering why I retreated.
Let's hear you cry.
Joy. You, madam, why don't you step over here and see if you can acid splash. Yeah, we did. Mites are resistant to damage. As you can see, you see reduced. The reduced is because of it's not a cold iron weapon, because they are fey. But if you recall, Dora has a cold iron longsword +1 that he stole from his former master. So he is actually pumped for taking these guys out.
Don't hold back!
Might not be able to get through until one of these puppies die, though. So let's have him just do acid. Yeah, point of damage is point of damage. Tristan.
Repent!
Apparently not. One of the dogs is dead now, so we should have a chance to get through. Oh, acid splash this guy. He wasn't flanked. Only one guy on him. Eliza, you are our next
Strike
tank, so you must
as
come up here and start
one.
giving your remedy whoop. Dora.
This will hurt!
Hey, there we go. And again, you'll see full damage. So you can see anything about reduced. In turn, Tristan, why don't you do us a solid and buff her with a +2 to her swing. Your time is better spent.
Out of my way!
Solid hit.
Do not
Liza.
hold back.
No, she had to do that stutter step, which is not a full turn, a full attack, so she has that same problem.
You should have run!
Yeah, or do whatever the hell that was. Yes, I don't know. There's a lot of people in here. You may have to force him to move, which is kind of annoying that we have that problem. The AI patterning really is buggy around some of this stuff. It's kind of possible he could move there if I just say, stand here, buddy. He might be able to actually move there. Frodo.
Run them through.
Now he can get over here. I'm sure he can get through.
We shall
Liza.
overcome.
Nice. Yeah. See, I could have made him come through, I think.
You forced my hand.
Last guy, guys. Take him out. Come on, team.
Let's hear you
Now
cry.
she gets sneak attack. There it is. Dunked him thoroughly. Not bad, team. Not bad. Gonna take off loot because I don't know, because it's trapped down here. I don't know that it'll pop out when we leave. Remember how it says you can just select everything on the map? I don't know that if we don't grab it and say dump it up here on the upper lands, that it'll come with us. It probably does, but I don't want to risk it. Now we have a trap here, and this one I think is particularly nasty. So let's actually give it to her. And of course I
All
screwed
this
myself
waiting
up.
bores me.
Didn't need it. So, yay us. That is a cold iron dagger +1. Now remember, we have someone who is a dagger and short sword enthusiast. Okay? Notice her damage went up to 7 to 10 versus 2 to 7. Why is that? It's a dagger versus a short sword. Remember, we have finesse training in dagger. Not punching dagger, not star knives, daggers. So this is a better weapon for her because now she uses her dex modifier for the damage bonus. That's what weapon finesse training for rogues give you. So she will get 3 total by the end of her build. Let me just show it to you on the sheet here. So here's 1, 2, 3. You can't stack the same thing. There's no point. Well, not no point. There's no way you can do that. So you get to pick 2 other weapons is my point here, though. And again, the weapons I've chosen for her will be dagger, punching dagger, probably here. And I want to say I did short sword. There's not many in the game, but the ones that there are pretty baller. But there's a lot of really good daggers. Oh, no, kukris. That's what it was. It was kukris. Yes. But the punching daggers, and the kukris are amazing in this game. And while there's a lot of them, especially the daggers and the kukris, usually you leave them to teammates. You know, like Knock Knock, for instance, is really good with the kukri. So you just give them to him or to your other Magus friend. What's his name? Reg. And because he crits really well with kukris. So you usually give the extras to him if you don't give them the Knock Knock. Well, screw those guys unless they're coming with us. And I'll have extras. So, it's not that they won't have them. They just won't have the best. She will. And she'll dual wield them like a boss.
In due time.
Alright, so now we'll have another athletics check to get out of here. And I don't think
How may I help?
you get XP for this one. But you can't hurt yourself doing it. So definitely want to have her buffed.
Our time has come.
Yeah. We got out. No damage to us. And that's really the reason you're doing that.
Follow if you dare.
Buff is to make sure that you don't take damage. Now we've done the XP check there, here, the one that went here. And then there's that one way the hell down over here, if you recall. We ignored it because it was something of concern, because it was like a 2022 to make the check. There's gear up there. We definitely want that gear for one. Oh, I want that. Hey, I was sipping my coffee, so I had a hand off the keyboard. Get back there, get that loot. I said pick up.
I'm there.
Thank you. And that's that guy's body. Now, just to give you a heads up for those of you that want to play an evil run, there is a chance that when you get the wolf quest up here, the wolf is actually a warg, I think, and it's a sentient monster, a wolf-like being that can speak. And if you finagle with it, you can actually convince it to release some treasure that it knows where to find. And I don't think you can find it on this map without his help. So if you want that treasure, I can't even remember what it is because I never do it, but if you want to find that treasure with his help, you have to feed him, which means you literally usher in some mites. And I think you can literally drag, like, the mites or kobolds here that are fighting you over to here. And here you go, buddy. And they just go to town and mow down on the bad guys. Or maybe you can convince these guys. I don't know how it works. Like I said, I've never tried it. But if you do that, he'll tell you that there's a treasure pile over here somewhere. And again, you will not find it without his help. So if you want it, you know, look it up, see if it's worth doing. But you have to do an evil check. That doesn't mean you're an evil person per se. It's an evil check, remember? So you will literally, for your alignment, where does it show your alignment on this damn thing? Your alignment will shift towards the chaotic evil, the tiniest bit. Then go back to doing some good deeds and it'll all be forgotten. But by and large, it's kind of creepy. Also, oh yeah, so this was a mobility check.
Share your troubles.
So this is hers. Quick save in
Let's
that mess.
move already.
Get upstairs. Nice chunk of XP. How's she doing on XP? Not bad, not bad. She's catching right up. I'd really like to get her into the 10,000 range, though. Now, there's a lock pick up here, as well as a mobility check to get back down. Again, loot. Usually come over here,
Something bothering you?
buff up my lock picker, or myself, and take the one on the right first, because I think it's the harder of the two.
Done.
Very nice. Wand of Lead Blades. That's the reason you want this thing. Okay, so now, a brief explanation. Who am I giving this to? Probably me, quite frankly. I'll get rid of Magic Missile for someone else. They can have that. We have another Braces of Armor. Okay, I'll take that and give that to Tristan. Again, once they Mage Armor spells wear off, they're going to need some protection. Where are the wands at? Oh, here we go. I'm going to take the Wand of Lead Blades for me. Nope. Dang it. There we go. Wand of Magic Missile I'm going to give to her, because I know that she always has the ability to hurt something. And then I'll take the Wand of Lead Blades. Where are you at, you little goober? Now, we also have a club +1, not that I particularly care. What does the Wand of Lead Blades do for you? This is the one that literally, if you recall a video ago, we had a character that we upgraded with a enlarged person potion, I want to say. So she got bigger. And her staff did, instead of 1d8 or 1d6 of damage, she did like 2d6 of damage per hit. And that was because she was a larger size category. That's what this does for your melee weapon in your hand. It makes it a larger size category. So again, without making me bigger and all the penalties associated with being bigger and being easier to hit and being clumsy, you literally can just cast this spell on your weapon and suddenly your weapon is awesome. I'm not going to do it now because it's a waste. But my longsword 1d8 will probably turn into, I think, a 2d6. So a nice solid increase to your damage. It's like 1 minute buff from the wand. 1 minute per caster level, and it's caster level 1. But it's a nice little way to juice your character early on for doing some extra damage. Sorry, I need a little sip of coffee there. Okay. So, that was nice. Now we have another lock to pick over here. Again, she could probably make it without the buffs, but why risk it?
Done.
Nice. So we got all that fat loots. Let's do a mobility.
Got it.
Nothing for it, but we passed the check. I think, and again, don't quote me on this, I think now that you've made the check once, you don't have to make the check ever again if you wanted to use it as like a transition point. Not that we care for here, but for other maps where you're going up and down or left and right or whatever you're doing is useful. That's a thing. I think, with the team that we have, if it weren't for her health being straight up suck, but I can keep her at distance and use her to tank. Do we have any delayed poison? No, we do not. That's the thing that's screwing us right now. I'm about to say, I could say we could take out the bottom map. Remember the giant monster that we left down there? Oh, but... Yeah, okay, so there is another group of bad guys that we have yet to deal with downstairs in the dungeons. So let's go inside. I want to show you that. First, is there anything we want to leave behind? Yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave the sword, the rapier. Keeping one in case I ever want to make that potion, or that spell, remember. The daggers here. Cool, cool. Okay. There is skeletons in the bottom of the map, on the basement of the caves. I'll show you where those are at. There's also a Might that we can steal from, and he's kind of a jerk, but you're stealing from him, so of course he's a jerk. So we want to go here. Also, we have the spiders to deal with, but again, while we could probably take them, she's very wounded, the one that's poison resistant, and I'm leery of sending her there, basically, to tank for us until we rest up. But as far as this is done, we're done on this map completely, as far as I recall. Down here, there'll be spiders. Nothing we can do about that. To get to the skeletons, we have to deal with the spiders, more or less.
In due time.
Here's the spiders down here. Big giant monsters, centipedes, such, and some other smaller centipedes over here, as well as some treasure. And there's another path to get to that centipede, so I'll show you that here as well.
I'm there.
Okay. Now this may be a gnarly fight, so we're going to quick save before we get to it, because there's a lot of dudes here. Fortunately, we have Tristan on the party with his AoE damage undead. It's not amazing, but it will work. And it shouldn't hurt her, because she's part of the team, so that's always a good thing. But on the first swing, I don't mind everybody being a +1.
We should move.
Blesses. That sucks. We have anything we can do for...
No one stands in my way.
Stuff here. Want a magic missile. Let's just bring it down here. Along with her ear-piercing scream.
I will see this through.
That. Oh, we can get some pets out.
Stand with me.
And there they are. It's a lot. It really is a lot. Fortunately, like I said, they'll group up and she can use those AoE bombs. She don't have many. Between her and Tristan, she should do pretty good. Now, I'm gonna like this. Fire usually works great on undead, but since I can only get like 2, as you can see here at a time, I'm not going to let her use it yet. But we have this cantrip, this undead cantrip, which by the way will be the cantrip we switch her over to. And yes, you can sneak attack with it. Dog. Tristan. I'm still the show, bro. That was a solid amount of damage to all those guys. A couple more spikes like that and we're going to be going. Dora, did you buff up with your weapon?
This spell works differently.
Oh joy. Knock it down. That's why they're here. Remember, she has a cantrip that can damage undead. Disrupt undead is an amazing cantrip. Does more damage, by the way, than the other cantrips too, because it's, I guess, positive energy. So it's 1d6, which is awesome. So let's have her hit the champion. 4. That dog ain't gonna last for long. Time for firebombing. Boom. Christian. You know what to do. Nice, and at this point we'll just clean house, finishing off the last
Don't
hit.
hold back!
If I can hit him. Proto.
Out of my way!
Don't. Normally that's a tough fight. The fact that we're level 4 is also another astounding factor for us that we're pretty buffed up. Weapon-wise, you see we got masterwork stuff here. And some decent sellable loot. The breastplates, even the normal ones, are actually worth a decent chunk of money. There's a lot of undead there.
I was successful in my search.
Traps. Walls are traced with intricate flower patterns. It's hard to imagine how much time and effort it required. I saw bad guys up here, and since we have our
I'll
pets
try
out
to make
still,
this of my abilities.
out, I think I want to engage them now. Why waste them? You know what I mean? Yeah, he might be around while we do all this stuff back here, but we'll come back to it. It's just gonna be treasure and traps and such. Proto, we're definitely not doing undead, so get your butt over here. And zappy zap. Oh, okay. Forgot we're on a surprise round. Surprise round, remember, you can't move the tiniest bit unless you do like a 5-foot stutter step and then try to use your cantrips. Then we'll whiff like a champion.
So it's come to this.
Show them how it's done. Good job. Liza. She's going to have her move up front because she can tank for us. Puppers, finished it off. Nice job, Puppers. And there's a couple more maybe I think up there, so we'll probably just continue the fight.
Run them through!
Nice damage. I just wanted to test out the old dagger with a nice solid 8 damage. Piercing was even less from sneak attack. Woof. That's a sexy, sexy character now.
We will prevail!
Again, while we still have the puppers, might as well use them. Proto, we're going to have you delay your turn, though, to the summon dog. Dorraj.
This will hurt!
Finish that one. And you retreat so the doggy can get through. Liza, you can come up here. That's that one. Nice.
Strike
Charge that
as
while you're at it.
one!
Puppers. To battle. Alright, now Proto Lich's turn. Now this thing is engaged twice, so she should be able to do that cantrip trick.
Let's
Which
hear
needs
you
sneak attack
cry!
damage from it. Yes! Move up for the next one. Christian. Finish mine.
Repent!
Woof. Christian. Boss. Okay, so I can take you up this way real quick. Yes, we're missing stuff. I'll get right back to it. Just to show you the path, there's a dead end over here, but it does go upstairs to the Might side of the tunnel. Okay, so that's that. We also, as you saw, opened up a secret passage. This is the Might Hermit. Now, the weird thing of this one is if you talk to him, he gets pissy. Might watches you angrily and hisses. Might hisses again, fiercely gesturing toward the exit. Basically doesn't want you being here. So you can leave. If you want to be a dick and steal his shit,
Dispatch
him in
those
one more
fools!
time and suddenly he's ready to rumble. So he's down to pound. Let's do that. Pass Liza because I want her to be
Do
up here.
not hold back!
Hopefully I can get a little sneak attack love on this
Die!
guy. Yeah, that's 17 damage. Christian?
You forced my hand.
No, not this time, huh? Okay, it's fine.
You
can't
should
be
have
a
run!
rock star every time. Liza, show
We
him how it's done.
shall overcome!
Smackety, smackety. It's a tough little nugget, isn't he?
Out of my way!
Boom. But that's the name of that tune. And then you steal from this guy, and he actually has considerably decent loot. So it's one of those where I always do it. You know, again, you're being kind of evil by doing it, but it's whatever. Before we go back to get all that treasure that we missed out on and show you that other path, there's bad guys up here. And our puppy's already gone, but B, here's an exit. First, let's loot this place. Exit. I want to show you where it exits, because until you do this exit, you can't see this entrance to the underground passage. I'll show you where you pop out. Right here. Right here. Just by Bokken stuff you have to go around, of course. But that always looked like there was something there, and this is the way to suddenly unlock it. You finally know that there's an entrance there. So again, we're going to drop stuff. The best way to do that is literally to go back in, and then just do it this way. All you have to do is click it at that point. You don't have to do right click, drop, right click, drop. So speeding things along a bit. There. Looks like we found another magic scroll too. Kick ass. And a wand, no less. Leave. Wand of Bane. We can give that to Tristan. That would be fun. Again, it's a spell that he normally has access to. Doesn't mean he has it or scribed it or anything like that, prepared it for the day. But because it's part of his repertoire, he doesn't need to do a use magic device check on it. Everyone else on our team, well, not the Inquisitor. The other two people on our team would have to. So I can give it to the Inquisitor, I can give it to him. He's kind of a lame duck without spells, because he's not very good dexterously speaking, shooting at targets. So giving him something to do is extremely valuable in my opinion. Let's actually tackle these guys while we still have some forward momentum on ourselves.
Let us not hesitate.
Last chance to have pets out. Take it easy. And sadly, we only got one. That's what it is. Tristan, come up here and shoot that
I'll
guy.
try to make this swift.
Hey, good job, Tristan. It's not engaged in melee combat with the dog. That was the reason behind that, by the way. Dora, charge this. Solid, solid. Okay, Proto. Yeah, go ahead, splash. There you go, sneak attack. Oh, because he was flat-footed. Nice. Now I'm going to show you up here. We're not going to go finish up here.
I'm off.
So we have to rest for this next fight. This is way too tough. But this is a trap area. You see, trigger plate area where you have a plate to rest a character on, a plate to rest a character on, and then a wall switch to hit. Makes this wall come down, and there's a lot of really nasty skeleton guys back there. Really, really tough. We can take them. I have no doubt that we can take them. But not while wounded like this. We have no more summons. We have nothing really in the way of spells. Tristan has... Well... We might be able to take them with 6 blasts of that to all 3 of those gastards.
Head on.
Three really nasty dudes there. But I'd still rather rest. And again, I know we're coming back here rested to take out the giant monster. And I'll show you the back way to that here too. Here's a trap. Remember, I keep harping about making sure your character that you're selecting to disarm the trap is actually clicking on the trap. This is why. See how that doesn't have the icon? See how it does have the icon? That would be her walking over the trap and triggering the trap. This would be her disarming the trap. You see the difference? That's my point. That's why I keep harping on that. This is a fine example of that.
Done.
Solid. How is she doing for XP? Hey. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I do what I must.
Pay attention.
Ooh, hell yeah. Stuff. Things. Quick save on that. I feel like there should be a trap here, but I'm not seeing anything, so let's just give it a go. That appears to be
Follow if you
I
dare.
just wondering there was something over here. Maybe we missed a perception check. Now over here is a downward climb. Doesn't require a check, just click it. So, and come over this way, and this is the back way towards the giant monster. The giant monster again is up here, but he still has buddies, so you almost want to take these guys out too. So I'll usually go around,
quickly,
clearing this path, this whole path, and then it's just a few more of these little centipedes and the giant monster. So, the giant centipede. So we are pretty good to go. There's also a hidden room over here, and you definitely want to get all the hidden stuff right. So feel free to do that as well. Proto-Lich, we're going to have you not cast that since you're already meleeing. It'll give them attack of opportunities against her if I have her shoot her acid splash at point-blank range like this. But Eliza can come over here and finish this doofus off, and then tank force a bit.
Strike as one.
Tristan, need you to move over here, bro. Shoot
So it's
that
come
one.
to this.
Sadly, no. Fine. Dora, can you charge this doofus?
This spell works
Come
differently.
over here and hit him. Solid. Okay. Now it's all about taking out this last one here. Hey. Good work, team.
I'm there.
Here we have the cobalt has literally been bitten in half. That's your cue that bad shit's up this pathway. We're going to come back here in a minute. I want to explore the rest of the bottom of this cave. I don't think there's anything down here, but that don't mean I'm right. At the very least, we didn't get a perception check. Didn't pass it. Let's click this and go inside this hidden area.
Over there.
Take that. And a secret sanctum well hidden from prying eyes.
I do what I
Stuff
must.
here. And the treasure chest. Not bad, not bad. Okay, now,
I'm there.
I'm not going to go this way, but just to show you again, it's that same little marker icon. There's a huge serpentine trail that does something very large crept through here, so that's your proof that Big Mama's on the way. So any path you take has that warning, giving you a heads up, which is kind of cool that they do that stuff. And the summon dogs way the hell back there. Hopefully they're not getting in any trouble.
In due time.
We're going to port up to here now. And I think it's time for us to head back to base. So, we'll hop outside. We're going to go to get our moon radishes for Bokken. And then we're going to go pack up like pack mules and head back to Old Legs. Sell a bunch of stuff, maybe take some camping supplies, clearly rest, decide if this is the dream team that's coming with us to complete the other missions, the wargs up here, and then the giant monster downstairs as well, the skeletons downstairs. That's it. That's this map. This map would be done. And we may take Tristan. We may take Harem. He's stronger, so he can pack out more. So that's a thing. And I don't really need Tristan to be uber compared to Harem. I do, however, need to buff up whoever's the most persuasive, I want to say. See, I got a 3, an 11, and a 5, and a 10. So it's really her.
Ready.
So I want to have him do this to her. No, I'll even do it on everybody, just in case there's a different check that's better. But the bigger buff that he can do here, we're going to cast on the Inquisitor, Eliza. And the reasoning for this is if it cues off of her persuasion, there's a really nice persuasion check here. So, talk to the shaman. Cobalt Flame Shaman. A cobalt lying in the middle of the patch calls out to you. Judging by the dark shade of his scales, he is the oldest of the group. His red eyes squint from the light, and his throat struggles to form words. Our patch, our celestial radish. Notice there's a chaotic neutral trickery check immediately here. That's a solid 19. Remember, the higher the check, the more XP that's involved with it. So if she makes this check, we can leave quietly basically by stealing some radishes, because these guys are clearly stoned off this. The moon radishes, even Bokken tells you that kobolds love it. The reason they love it is because it's basically weed to them. So they're clearly stoning right now. We could do that. Actually, let's do that just to show you what the bonuses are. We'll scum save it so you can see the differences. 324. Okay, so first, let's actually hard save that, because I'm actually okay with that outcome. Notice when you hard save, it's different than an actual quick save. So if I press F8, I don't come back to this spot. I go back to pre-buffing up. Remember? We did a quick save first. We'll come back and talk to him again, or for the first time, I guess. And instead of doing that, we can say about the radish, or what are you doing here? He tells us information, and I love this. Chew the radish, search for the secret truth, small and big. He's clearly wasted. About the radish. Oldest Cobalt lifts his head from the ground and tries to focus his eyes on you. Notice we have an intimidation check at 17. Remember, we buffed her specifically for this reason. We have a diplomacy check of 18, which is better. Okay, so we have a lawful good. I don't need all of it. I will leave half of what I dig out for you. So this was your way of getting it without pissing anyone off. You don't get any bonuses from it. You just move towards the lawful good side. So if you really needed to push yourself back, say you're a paladin and you're kind of getting too close to lawful neutral, let's say, this could be a way to move your way in the right direction. there's, like I said, the Intimidate 17 and the Diplomacy 18. It's the same person doing the check. It's a persuasive check. The 17 should be a crappy result. I mean, it's neutral evil. That's not what I mean. I mean, we'll get it as long as we make the check, but the XP will be lame. 324. How much did we get the last time? Oh, crap. I wasn't paying attention. Damn it. Anyway, 324. Remember that number. Let's go. Quick save. We'll compare it to the other one, which is another point above. It should be a better XP amount. That Radish. 18 diplomacy. Oh, 324. Oh, they gave us the same amount. Alright, I want to check that. Is it always 324? Intimidate. It is always 324. Oh, maybe it's because it's so close. They're really not that far apart. But anyway, the point was, though, is that in the game, when you have a choice of, say, a persuasion check, that's 25, or a trickery check, that's like 45. If you can make that trickery check, you're about to get a big, huge chunk of XP. Do the one, if thematically it fits for your playthrough, of course. But do the one with the biggest check, because chances are that's the one that's going to garner you the most outcome. So we're going to go load up our hard save, because we were happy with the trickery outcome. And the XP went to the person I wanted to get the XP. That's the other point here. Remember, the trickery check was done by our Proto-Lich. So she's
All this waiting
even
bores
more
me.
uber now. If I really wanted her to get that extra XP, though, I'd go back and do the persuasion ones, the intimidate or the bluff or whatever the hell it was. So I could have her a little bit higher, but I was happy with her getting it because, again, I want to get her almost on par with me. But now we have our Moon Radish, which will be a glowing item. Newest illness, right there. See the little halo behind it? That's usually your indication that you shouldn't sell it, or you can't sell it. I can't remember which. But the point is you definitely have it and you need it. It's either enchanted in some way or magic in some way is the best way of thinking of that little halo. Now, we have that. We're going here, and we're going to pack Mule out and go back to Oleg's. We can't take everything. And if we did, well, A, we won't be able to. If we did, we'd be overweight, and we wouldn't let us out of the area. And the downside is, by the way, is if you literally say collect all, it will, and then you'll be so overweight it'll be ridiculous. So really what you want to do is you want to go through and just grab the stuff that's magic first, in my opinion. You know you're going to sell that for a pretty penny. Then from there, again, you can consolidate stuff if stuff is in your way. Then from there, you really want to just kind of look for things that are like masterwork weapons. Crossbows are decent. They're worth more than one apiece, but you don't have to get crazy with carrying those back just yet. Same with pelts. They're usually worth more, but they are heavy. Nope. Short bows, 2 pounds a piece, but worth 8 gold. I'll take that. Masterwork light maze, that's $100 right there. Anything that's masterwork, it costs 400 to buy it, and it's 100 to sell it. So, always worth finding the masterworks, in my opinion. I'll take that thing. That way. Regular scimitars, nothing fancy there. Master of dagger, there we go. Long sword, sure. Pelt, elk hide, worth 5 gold, weighs 8 pounds. Pass. Daggers, boring kind. Pass. Regular longsword, pass. Short bow's decent. Heavy crossbow's decent. Start grabbing the crossbows now, I guess. Because if we actually get overweight, which we already are, then you might as well get real close to that middle ground. Consolidate some room. These are all boring, normal things, right? Yep. And, yep, and I remember I left a bunch of crossbows down below. Pelts. Sure, why not? More crossbows. Okay. Now, from there, short swords are actually worth slightly more. It's a 3-to-2 ratio, so it's like 1.5. So that's okay to grab them, in my opinion. Daggers are another one that are light and reasonably priced. Rapiers are actually worth money. Spears, those suck. Sickles, I think, are break even. Yeah, 2-to-2, so they're okay. No, we'll just take them. Armor almost always is a bad idea, except for like the breastplates. Chain shirts are decent. They're equal split. But like anything less than chain shirt are usually garbage. We'll take the heavy ones though, because those were decent money. Is that magic? Ooh, I almost missed out on magic here, Brother Mutant. What are you doing to me? Look at scale mail again. If a fine armor, 12 bucks, 30 pounds. Studded leather, fine armor, 6 bucks, 20 pounds. You see what I'm saying? So you get the idea on stuff like that. I'm missing stuff again. Jeez, man, I am just not paying attention today. The coffee's not kicking in yet. Alright, let's actually get you over here. Taking that, taking the sword. And as you can see, now I'm overweight, right? So, if you're smart, so make sure there's not something weird that looks good. Now again, if you're smart, like I said, you'll start ditching stuff that puts you up and over. I'm grabbing everything that's worth, like I said, even split. And then we can go from there to say what can be left behind to pull us back down under weight. So what can be pulled down, pull us back into weight. If you go weight in descending order. So heaviest stuff on top, clearly better, and we have everything else is equal to. So you see the chain shirts here, not the magic one, but just the 3 that are regular. Chuck those, because it's a 1-to-1 split, and that's a 75 pounds loss. We're almost back here now. From there, pelts are good, magic items are good. We have heavy stuff here, as you see, but they're all either equal to or greater than a 1-to-1 split. Daggers are crap. They're 1-to-1 split, but there's not that many. You'd have to lose a lot of daggers to pull you back under weight. And you definitely want to keep that masterwork dagger. But there was long swords here, regular ones, and they're 4 pounds a piece. Again, still a 1-to-1 split because they're 4 gold pieces a piece. Oops, and I just got rid of a masterwork one, didn't I? Definitely don't do that. And then from there, I would probably either leave food behind or books behind. Some of this stuff is actually pretty heavy with the amount that you carry around. Like we got 1.5 pounds of meat, 1.5 pounds of milk, butter. Man, we got so much butter, it's ridiculous. Potatoes, that's 2 pounds right there. So again, we could probably get rid of most of this food here, come back for it, because again, it doesn't spoil, it just sits here. We could leave like a big stack of potions, come back for the potions later. If you're not using them, you might as well just get them and come back if you're not selling them off. The port, the ale, that's 2.5 pounds. We got a decent amount of pearls, but those sell for good money. I'd probably, if I was smart, I'd probably get rid of these damn short swords. They are heavy. They're worth money, but they're not worth that much more than just a dagger. And again, pull ourselves underweight is all I'm really shooting for here. Same with the scimitars. I do want that bow though. Like that. And again, as long as we're under, leave. Heading back to Oleg's. Let's see if we can get this done. It's about an hour for the video right now. I want to do at least 2 to 3 hours today again. I'm trying to do 3-hour chunks if you guys have been noticing. And again, I want to follow the path, open up the path. Do a quick save on the way, those we don't have to do that mess again. Well, now we can go to Oleg straight away. No one got tired, that's a good sign. Well, she'll never get tired, I should say. There is a piece of gear that I've yet to find in the game. I hope it does exist and it wasn't just something that was crafted by one of these creators. There's a helmet that you can wear that turns you into the undead. Basically the same thing that she gets, our Proto-Lich, just by wearing the helmet. And it gives you more than just that. like necromancy spell bonuses and stuff. Guardian of the Bloom says, "Greetings. The nymph tender voice comes to you softly. The scent of flowers and evening dew is dizzying. In this dark hour, I had not even dreamed of encountering someone in these lands who could stand against the one who blights me. But you appeared, and you brought hope along with you. With the strength of the fog fading, I am able to show you the way to the Stag Lord's fortress. Please, go there, slay our enemy, before he can strike another blow. Stag Lord's fort has been revealed. Just that quick, we can actually get to the Stag Lord now. Will you help me in the battle?" "I cannot." Nymph lowers her head. "My power is barely enough to make a slight tear through the veil of fog. Keeping the way open to you is all I can do to help." "What happens after I defeat the Stag Lord? Will I ever see you again?" The nymph casts her eyes down for a moment. "And you would like to see me again? Then yes, of course. I'll come to you once the tormentor is gone for good. I really hope to have a chance to show you the true beauty of these lands, the meadows, the flowers. You can count on me. I'll deal with the Stag Lord and his minions. No one will ever harm you anymore." The words resonate inside my soul. Now I can see that I chose the right person, worthy to hear my pleas. The nymph leans forward and places something in your hand. "Should you lose, my heart will stop with yours. But should you win, the sun shall rise once more over these lands. In its rays, in the ring dance of blooming life, we shall meet again. I leave you a small gift, a token of hope, and the reward that awaits you after all these hardships. Farewell. No, take care." The nymph's gift and XP. Yes, indeedy do. Now, let's look at that gift. Based on price, no, probably on the newest item. Newest, oldest. Nymph's gift is a necklace, +2 dodge, but only against ranged attacks. But I'll take that. Now, if I was smart, I would actually put it on my tank. But she already has natural armor +1. That's from ranged and melee. So she's still doing okay. I could put it on her, of course. She gets shot enough and she stands far enough back. Same with Tristan. So again, for my team of 3 or 4, no wrong answer here. But I'm the main, and why not get the gift for myself? And again, if you read the info on this, you gotta love this. A pendant with a lock of hair received as a gift from a nymph called the Guardian of the Bloom. Can't sell it for a damn, so I just almost always keep it by default. And again, for the time being, it's actually some of the best kit we have. Now, before I talk to, well, first let's talk to Bokken. I'll turn in our quest. All those tasks of yours, give moon radishes. Does this look like the radish you were looking for? Bokken's face brightens and he rubs his sides in satisfaction. "Yes, that's it. Hey, there's even more than I expected here. Thank you so much. Take this. You deserve it. We just got $200, bunch of XP, lost our moon radishes. Why do you need moon radishes?" Bokken blushes heavily and coughs into his fist. "That's for Oleg. He sprained his back last summer, you see. Tried to move a heavy chest all by himself. Can't even imagine the healing powers of these radishes. They make a great pain-killing ointment. Potent, exquisite. Oleg would never confess his weakness to anybody, but I see him wince every time he bends over to pick something up." The old man sighs a bit too loudly. "Oh, when will the poor man realize he's not 15 anymore?" Talk about something else. Too much have. I'm gonna unload stuff to him, but notice this emerald, you want to keep it. I'm gonna put that away. Everything else that wasn't masterwork, we've gotten rid of. Okay, now we have food that we can get rid of too, but I'm not gonna do that yet or at all. The reason I say I didn't do the masterwork is because I wanted to literally equip people that aren't normally on the team. Remember, we want to make sure that they have gear too. So here's a nice masterwork crossbow for you. And we're going to give you a masterwork dagger instead of that short sword, which is a piece of piss. Pricing is setting. Oh, actually, you know what? I could actually do a club for her. Why not give her the magic club? Sure, go ahead. He is rocking a masterwork scimitar, a masterwork composite, so he's fine. And he has a magic chain shirt, so he's doing good. Harem leveled up. Let's actually take care of that. Again, we're probably going to take him with us anyway. We are going to put that into what? Perception for sure. More religion? Yeah, why not? He is the religion guy, along with Tristan, of course, and our Inquisitor. Harem. What could you use, oh brother? I like giving weapon focus to people if I know what a good weapon is for them in the game. Harem rocks heavy mace like no one's business, in my opinion. And there's several decent ones in the game. So if you want to have a decent frontliner, you almost can't go wrong with Harem. Okay, also I need to do his spell book before we forget. Bone Shaker. Hell yeah. Deadly Poison. That's the thing on Tristan, by the way, that I haven't been doing, and I need to do that before we take a knee. That's a good reminder. Oh, I already did. Oh, good. That's for when we fight those poisonous monsters. I can protect more than just the undead that way. Inventory. Who else were we checking out? Harem's bound. Let's take Lindsay. She's got just a heavy crossbow. I don't line up. Oops. Sorry, Lindsay. You steal your shit. Here's your longsword back, and I think you had a shield. Let's give her the heavy shield +1. Oh, you know what? Take that back. Lindsay. Yeah. Harem's. He's frontlining it. He needs better protection. So that works out well. But Lindsay can have the chain shirt +1. There we go. Back up again. I do like hair on the range, though. Alright, now we're talking about you, little Missy. Your cute little shield. Here, you can have something realistic. How about that? Here we go. And she's wearing hide armor. Probably just gonna leave that alone. Yeah. The only one that would be better is if I take this off of Lindsay. I suppose I could do that. Give Lindsay the leather armor +1. And give Amiri the chain shirt +1. Just so that she's a little bit of a badass. We still need to do that task gutter mission anyway. Notice we do have a great sword for her. So I could do like so. So that she can do some extra whooping damage without the armor. Remember, she swings this one poorly because it's oversized. Hence the +4 versus the +6 that you're seeing here. Damage is 7 to 17. Damage is 7 to 21. More damage, maximum potential anyway, but more likely to hit. So again, I would probably err on the side if I wanted damage to go this. If I wanted her to be protected, I would do that. Still solid damage, and she's doing pretty good for herself. But that's pretty good. This is definitely sell material. And you don't need a damn thing. You already have your Masterwork Bastard Sword, which, by the way, is a good weapon-to-weapon focus for her, in my opinion. And there's a really good one in-game that buffs her charisma. That would be useful. Power Shield. Yeah, we'll just leave it for the time being. So let's go to Oleg and just sell some stuff. Don't need that. Don't need any of those. And don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need the chain shirt. Keeping that in case I want to cast that spell, remember. And that's about it. Now, before you press the R and rest, do yourself a solid. Check your team's spells. Make sure that everybody has the spells where they need to be. The game liked to, in the past, delete slots. And here we go, a level up, and I didn't get them in. Blur and Burning Arc. Solid, decent long protection for her or someone else on the team for 4 minutes. Burning Arc's auto hit. While she's great at raise, she's not that great at it yet. I'll get her there. And this will be sneak attack damage. The reason that's important is that sneak attack damage this is not. But this is solid damage and it bounces through targets, so I'd rather have an auto hit for the time being. And we've already done Harem spellbook, so we know his is ready. Now you can press R. We're going to be upstairs. And we want to drop off our loot. The emerald coming with us, that's part of the quest. Oh, and I can sell that cobalt relic. Damn, that was definitely... These are items that we'll use in Chapter 2. Might as well unburden ourselves for the heavy weight of them. We're not that overweight, but remember this is just me carrying it too, so that's a thing. When I still have these things to sell. So yeah, we just do need to talk to Harem. If you're not keen on taking all these potions with you, for instance, if you're not using Reduced Person, sell it or store it. Same with like Shield of Faith. But we will burn through them, and I find in the early levels, those are actually invaluable. Alchemist Fire, while heavy, 13 pounds, you never can tell when you're going to need something like that. So I like keeping that in the acid flask handy. But like this food, again, I can literally just store it. Well, I do want to keep the herbs though. Remember, the herbs have magic properties for turning certain boxes into hidden items. So like that. I keep the rope. Rope is actually used in the game, kind of like you would expect. And basically everything else is sell material. Even the engraved silver pendant, no one needs it. I've never needed it on a quest, I don't think. But you can keep that stuff handy, because sometimes you'll be surprised how many times something would have triggered if you literally had that item in your personal inventory. Like the nymph's necklace that she gave me. That will actually be something that's used in the end of the game. Not to spoil it too bad for you. It doesn't hurt anything if you don't have it, so I'm just trying to save you the grief of, oh, if only you had that necklace. Damn it. So what you have? Notice for Bokken. For the stuff that he would want to sell you. That's usually the stuff here. He still has them. Mage armor again is invaluable, but it's full price. But if you do his other quest, he gives you a discount. So don't load up on this stuff if you can help it just yet. This one, on the other hand, remember, we don't have any other real good way to heal our undead lady, so I do like taking that. Other than that, we're doing well on potions. You know what, I'm even going to take another 5. And I'm going to take a Taxi Doors, Knock, Weapon of Law, Hypnotic Pattern. These are scrolls that we can scribe into our spell books or someone else's. So, I'm not going to get to the crazy expensive ones, but if I can scribe it, I want to scribe it. Looks like there's nothing on my list here. She can scribe stuff. She now has the ability to cast Knock Spell, Hypnotic Pattern, and Color Spray. Outstanding. Let's sell that last little thing like that leather hide stuff to Oleg. Get that necklace. The lab journal and the crumpled letter aren't worth anything. These things are worth $2. I've got the info off of them that I needed, so I might as well sell them. And the Cobalt Relic, that's 250 bones. Nice. Alright. Now this video's gone on long enough that I'm going to cut it here, and just before we leave and decide on who our team's going to be, and I'll be right back.